Hello everyone, Board Game Lawyer here. It is a Saturday afternoon, and I'm going to play some Marvel Champions from Fantasy Flight Games. And so I started a campaign wherein I play with Precon decks. So my goal is to try to make it through all of the villains in standard play using Precon decks in order as they're found on the Hall of Heroes website. So as they were released, they posted those cards. And so I've already played one game so far with Rhino and Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the first one listed. The next one listed is Klaw, and the hero that's listed on the website is Captain Marvel. So we'll be playing Captain Marvel today in her Precon deck against Klaw. But what I'm doing is I'm randomizing the modular sets that go into those decks, those encounter decks. And so as you can see here on the board, this is a list of all the different modular sets that are available here on Octagon. There's 70 different modular sets. And so I randomly select one. I'll ask my lovely assistant Alexa to help me with that. Alexa, can I have a random number between 1 and 70?
Here's a number between 1 and 70. It's 45.
It's 45. And so each of these rows has 15 in it. So 15, 15, 40, 45. She said 45, right? Or 44. Goblin Gear or Guerrilla Tactics? Let's flip a coin. Alexa, a random number between 1 and 2.
Here's a number between 1 and 2. It's 2.
Okay, so Guerrilla Tactics is going to be the modular set that we're going to use today. And we'll go down to the board and take a look. Let's get everything loaded here. So we'll go ahead and we've got Klaw loaded. We're also going to load the modular set. It's already loaded, and now we'll load our pre-built deck, and we're going to pick out Captain Marvel. There she is. Go ahead and select that. Good. And so everything should load. It is taking a second today to load. All right. And so we'll move the Klaw down. I like to tighten things up a little bit so that we can get a good look at the cards. So bear with me while I reposition everything. And then we'll go full screen and blow up those cards so we can see them. Okay, there we are. So we have Klaw. And Klaw is, hey, Steve, how you doing? Thanks for hopping in the chat. Today I'm going down Precon Alley. I'm doing a campaign wherein I'm playing with Precon decks, trying to get through all the different standard villains, but we're randomizing the modular sets that go in those villains. So now we have Guerrilla Tactics shoved in the Klaw deck. So thanks for joining today. So anyhow, we have Captain Marvel here on the table taking on Klaw. Let's take a look at our main scheme. It says to search the encounter deck for the Defense Network side scheme, which we have on the table, reveal it, shuffle the encounter deck, and advance to stage 1B. So 1B reads, discard cards from encounter deck until a minion's discarded, put that minion into play engaged with the first player. All right, so there's Sonic Boom, Klaw's Vengeance, Hidden in Shadow, Gang Up. And there's that weapons runner. We're going to put that weapons runner into play engage with us. Discard these cards. The other thing I'm doing, Steve, is I'm going in order. Hey, he's reading for the decoy, I know. It's Daniel. I'm naming all my decoys Daniel. What I'm doing is I'm going in order based upon how the heroes and villains were released on Hall of Heroes, and if a villain beats a hero, he's captured. The villain's captured, and then if so we play that villain again. If the villain does not get beat by the second hero, then that first hero is lost from the campaign. So he gets like 2 chances. But if the villain loses, he's simply lost from the campaign. So far, Rhino's the only one who's been completely knocked out. So we have the weapons runner on the table. Let's look at Carol Danvers. She has an ability. Choose a player. I'm going to choose myself and draw one card. All I have left to do now is to mulligan my hand. So we have Haymaker, we have Photonic Blast, we have the Inspired, we have Get Ready, we've got 2 double resources. I think we're going to have to. Let's see. I got enough. Really, I got enough. I could do a big solid punch against Klaw, and maybe that's what I'll do. So we'll mulligan, Get Ready. We don't have an ally on the table. We also don't have. We don't need Inspired right now. Let's draw 2 cards to replace them. So we got Get Ready. We got a replacement for that. We got Crisis Interdiction, which is nice. You can remove 2 threat from a scheme, and then her ability allows us to draw a card. So now I have Lead from the Front. So Crisis Interdiction. If I were to play that, we'll have to flip the hero form to do these things. So we'll flip over to Captain Marvel, hero side, hero action, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Then if you have the aerial trait, remove 2 threat from a different scheme. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna really work hard, Steve, to try to get rid of those pesky heroes for you. Right? No. Well, we could take down all these. We could take down all the villains with precons. I'm sure. Right? Yeah. Is there any way for me to get aerial? There is no way for me to get aerial, is there? No, there's not. So let's put that aside for now. Let's go ahead and knock that weapons runner out. Captain Marvel can swing for 2 to knock out the weapons runner. She can play a Haymaker, swipe for 2 using the Genius card. And we might just hang on to that Genius card for now. And we do need to have an energy resource in order to play the Photonic Blast. And that allows us to draw a card, so that might be the better card to play. So yeah, we'll spend 2 resources. One of them is going to be Lead from the Front. And the next one will be, let's use Strength to play that Photonic Blast to deal 5 damage to Klaw. Wake up my keyboard. There we go. Discard these, draw a card. And it's First Aid. So we can use Get Ready as a resource. We can use First Aid as a resource to play the Haymaker. Deal 3 damage to an enemy. 1, 2, 3. Discard that. And then we have 2 more resources that we can use for that Crisis Interdiction. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. Let's go ahead and remove 2 threat off of the defense network. And we'll spend 2 resources here, the Genius, to do that. So that'll be the end of the hero's turn. And let's ready everything up, draw some cards, and turn things over to Mr. Klaw. So we place 1 threat on the underground distribution. Klaw is going to attack us. Let's see if we got any defensive cards. Nothing defensive in our hand. No. We got Nick Fury. We've got Hawkeye. We've got some stuff we can do on our turn. But yeah, Klaw is going to attack us. He draws 2 boost cards. That's his forced response. When Klaw attacks, give him 1 additional boost card. So there's 1. Put this minion into play. Engage with you. So we have 1 Daniel on board. And the next one is Shadows of the Past. Oh my goodness. So reveal your set aside Nemesis minion, put it into play, engage with you, and also their side scheme. And was there anything for life-size decoy? Put this minion into play, engage with you. Simply, that's all that happens. All right, so. Oh no, Shadows of the Past. That's a boost card, thankfully. Yep. Thankfully, that's a boost card. That throwing that life-size decoy into play kind of threw me for a second there. So yeah, Shadows of the Past. So 2 damage. Captain Marvel gets knocked down. Discard that. And now we draw our encounter card. And this is Klaw's Vengeance. When revealed, hero, Klaw attacks you. If this attack damages you, place 1 threat on the main scheme. So yeah, Klaw's going to attack us again. 2 boosts. I'm not going to block. Oops. Technical difficulties. Okay, if it damages us, we'll place one threat on the main scheme. Oh yeah, decoy attacks me too. It attacks for 0. The engaged player cannot thwart the side schemes. Love it. So we have an armored guard. He comes out, or no, he's a he's a boost card. Oh, these double boost. And caught off guard is another single boost. So 2 more damage. And we did some damage to ourselves. So yeah, underground distribution now has 2 threat on it. And since we have Daniel on the table, the engaged player cannot thwart side schemes. This is side schemes, but I can't thwart the main scheme while defensive network's on the table. So we're gonna have to get rid of Daniel. Um, yeah, so we're gonna have to do. So Captain Marvel, she has an ability which says spend a energy resource, heal 1 damage from Captain Marvel, and draw a card. So I think I'll do that. So we'll use Hawkeye for the energy resource to heal for 1, and we'll draw a card. Card drawn is Make the Call. So we'll spend energy, and we'll spend Make the Call, and we'll spend Photonic Blast to put out. That's 5 damage, that Photonic Blast. I can get rid of Daniel with that one. Huh. I really want to get Nick Fury out. And I also want to get Spider Woman out. So between Captain Marvel, Spider Woman, and Nick Fury, we can get rid of the life size decoy. And Nick Fury allows us to draw extra cards. So let's see what happens. Yeah, we'll discard these 4 resources here to put Nick Fury into play. Nick Fury allows us to draw 3 more cards. So we're going to draw Avengers Mansion, Mockingbird, and the Energy Channel. Okay. We get stun with Mockingbird and we don't have to flip down. Stun or confuse. Tell you what, we'll spend the 3 resources to put out Mockingbird. So that's the Energy Channel, the Avengers Mansion, and we've got Spider Woman. So we put out Mockingbird. So with Mockingbird, we can attack. We'll punch Daniel once. With Nick Fury, we'll punch Daniel twice. And then with Captain Marvel, we'll get this life-size decoy off the table. Wow, so a whole turn spent just to get rid of a sidekick. All right, so we're going to advance things back over to Klaw, see what happens. Okay, so we got inspired. Oh yeah, by the way, when Mockingbird came into play, Klaw got stunned. Probably Spider Woman would have been more advantageous because she could have. Let him know, Steve. There may even be another Daniel in the deck. I can't remember. Is there 2? You guys just went over that. I should have paid better attention. All right, so we got Energy Channel, Cosmic Flight, Crisis Interdiction, Skillion, and Inspired. We're going to place 1 threat on Underground Distribution. Klaw's going to attack, but he's not because he's stunned. So the encounter card that is dealt is a. What do you know? Another dryer vent stuff shirt on the table. All right, we'll discard Nick Fury because it's the end of the Klaw's turn. And we'll advance things back over to Captain Marvel. So we've got the Energy Channel, Cosmic Flight, Crisis Interdiction, Triskelion, and Inspired. we could. I gotta get rid of some threat. Players cannot thwart side schemes. I will have enough damage here with our energy channel. So energy channel is interesting. It says once per player, spend X resources, put X energy resources, put energy resource counters here, discard energy counters, deal 2 damage to an enemy to a maximum of 10 for each energy counter here. So we can spend, let's see, 1, 2, 3, put 3 energy counters onto energy channel. Then we'll use that energy channel to knock out Daniel. And the energy channel goes away. Mockingbird is going to take 1 threat off of the defense network. Captain Marvel, I don't have any energy resources left to heal her. So, yeah, she's going to remove 2 threat from the underground distribution. Defense network is gone now. And we will add 1 threat, or add 1 consequential damage to Mockingbird, discard Inspired, and we'll turn things back over to Klaw. Okay. We'll look at our hand real quick. We have Emergency, Cosmic Flight. We have Energy Absorption, Maria Hill, and Tenacity. So Underground Distribution gets 1 threat on it. 2 boost cards from Klaw, and I think we'll try to block that with Mockingbird. So our first boost is a 0, and the next one is Teamwork Makes the Dream Work. There is a special on this one. It says boost in expert mode. This card gets +2 boost icons for this activation. Well, that's kind of a flop in standard, but Mockingbird is defeated nonetheless. So we'll discard Mockingbird, discard these boost cards, deal Claw an encounter card, and it is Illegal Arms Factory. It says when revealed, place an additional 1 per player threat here, and it has a hazard icon on it. So more threat we need to remove. Good thing Maria Hill shows up when she does. So we'll advance things over to our hero, Captain Marvel. She's going to spend 1 energy resource to heal herself for 1 and draw a card. And that card is the Power of Leadership. Good timing for that because we got Maria Hill, who we can put out on the table, spending the Power of Leadership. That allows us to draw a card. And we have the Photonic Blast. Good. All right. So I think Maria Hill is going to remove 2 threat off of that Illegal's Arms Factory. We don't need that out here. She takes 1 consequential damage for that. Cosmic Flight. Yeah. Let's see. Photonic Blast. Captain Marvel's going to go ahead and remove 2 threat off of the Illegal Arms Factory. We'll get rid of that side scheme. Not good to have around right now. The Photonic Blast, yeah, we'll shoot that off. And what that does is we're spending 3 energy resources to pay for it. To deal 5 damage to an enemy. If you paid for this using an energy resource, draw a card. So we got Vision. So the Photonic Blast. We'll discard that. 5 damage to Klaw. That will advance him to Klaw level 2. He comes into play with 18 health. He has the Immortal Klaw. It says when revealed, search the encounter deck discard pile for Immortal Klaw and reveal it. Immortal Klaw says that Klaw gets +10 hit points when the scheme's defeated. Klaw loses these hit points. So we need to move Klaw all the way up to 28. And it has 3 threat on it. So we have that Cosmic Flight. Let's see. Gains Aerial. When she would take damage, discard Cosmic Flight to prevent 3 of that damage. All right. And we have 2 resources that we can use to pay for that. So yeah, let's give her her Cosmic Flight ability. Discard Energy, discard Vision, and we'll draw up our hand size of, oops, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Energy Absorption, Make the Call, Lead from the Front, Captain Marvel's Helmet, and Alpha Flight Station. All right, so since we have this acceleration icon on the table, we need to add 2 threat to the underground distribution. Klaw is going to attack Captain Marvel, deals 2 boost cards. He's +1. He's got 1 attack this time. So he's 1 plus these 2 boost cards. The first one is a 2. Next one is a 3. 3, 4, 5, 6. Cosmic Flight goes off. Hero Interrupt. Defense. When Captain Marvel would take damage, discard Cosmic Flight. Prevent 3 of that damage. So she's going to take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Down to 7. Discard these boost cards. And now we draw our encounter card, which is From Every Direction. So this is a Guerrilla Tactics card. It says, in expert mode, this card gains Surge. When revealed, place 1 threat on the main scheme for each enemy in play. Ooh. Well, we just have 1 enemy in play right now, so 1 gets added to the main scheme, so it's up to 5 now. From Every Direction. All right. That will be the end of Klaw's turn. Advance everything. We have Make the Call, and we have all of those wonderful choices in our discard pile for that Make the Call. We also have Lead from the Front. We have Lead from the Front. Just a second. Let me hit pause. Sorry about that. Got a note from the messenger. All right, I'm back. All right, so Make the Call. Nick Fury is always fun to make the call with, and he can do lots of damage, remove lots of threat. Maria Hill can remove 2. We also have that Lead from the Front card that if we were to play that, each character gets +1 thwart, +1 attack. This might be a good time for that. Do we have enough? Yeah, we certainly have enough to pay for it. We can use Captain Marvel's lid and the energy absorption to go grab Nick Fury, which will allow us to draw extra cards, potentially allowing us to play that Lead from the Front. So let's try that. I know if we draw extra cards, though, we will deck ourselves. It's going to happen regardless, right? Because this is at the end of the round, everything will get shuffled anyhow. So let's do that. Let's make the call. And with that Make the Call, we'll go find Mr. Fury. Look at all cards. There's Nick. We'll bring him out. We're going to spend 3 resources to do so. So Energy Absorption, Captain Marvel's Helmet, Make the Call. And we draw 3 cards. 1, 2, and a 3. So we get the Helicarrier, Crisis Interdiction, Power of Leadership, Lead from the Front, and Alpha Flight Station. And we need to shuffle our deck and deal ourselves an encounter card because we decked ourselves and we drew those 3 cards for Nick Fury. So I think with the Power of Leadership, we're going to for sure play Lead from the Front. That way Nick Fury and both Maria Hill and Nick Fury are +1 thwart. And so Nick Fury is going to remove 2 threat, 3 threat from the Immortal Klaw. That drops Klaw back down to 18. Maria Hill Oh, I should have shuffled her back in before I. That's all right. Maria Hill is going to remove 3 threat from underground distribution. And we'll discard her. And then we have this crisis interdiction, where we can remove 2 threat from a scheme. And we're not Ariel, so we'll do that. We'll spend these cards here to remove 2 more threat from the underground distribution. So Nick Fury has joined Captain Marvel for this turn. And remember, we got that encounter card that we need to deal ourselves. I'll set it over here. So we'll advance the phase. Back over to Klaw. We look at our hand. We got strength, energy absorption, first aid, energy, and energy absorption. Can we do any more? Resources. My goodness. Flush with cash, and all we have is a first aid card. Interesting. All right. So, Klaw adds 1 threat to underground distribution. He's going to attack Nick Fury, deals himself 2 boost cards. I'll keep doing that. First one is 3. Next one is, if this activation deals damage to you, exhaust your hero. So it's a good thing that we didn't take the damage ourselves. But Nick Fury is gone. Good job, Nick. Came in just at the right time. And we'll deal ourselves another encounter card. So the first one that we dealt ourselves, we'll flip that one first, and it reads, Weapons Runner. Surge, after this card is revealed, reveal 1 additional encounter card. So here we go. Here's the additional one that we'll reveal. We have an Armored Guard on the table now. And the third is Coordinated Effort. So this is another Guerrilla Tactics card. Each enemy gains an acceleration icon. Wow. And it comes into play with 6 threat on it. My goodness. Wow. Okay, we need to get rid of some enemies. We also need to heal ourselves. So that'll be the end of Klaw's turn. Advance the phase. Back over to Captain Marvel. And I think we will heal ourselves. So there's 1. We'll use the, believe it or not, energy to do that. And we'll draw a card. The card is the Power of Leadership. So that's more resources. Nice. My lands. Okay. So we will use the Power of Leadership to heal 2 damage from Captain Marvel. All right. And Captain Marvel's going to attack the Weapons Runner. Discard him. And that's all we can do. So I'm going to discard Strength. And at the end of my turn, we'll advance the phase. And we got Make the Call. Good. Energy Channel. Nice. Ooh, Energy Channel. And we got Cosmic Flight. All right, so let's see make sure that again. It says each enemy gains 1 acceleration icon. So we place 3 threat onto the underground distribution. Klaw is going to attack us. That first boost, second boost. Take a look and see what we got. So we have 2 and 0. So he hits us for 3. And then Armored Guard is going to attack us for 1 more. So we're down to 6 now. Discard these cards. And deal that encounter card, which is, be nice, please. Family Emergency. You may flip to Alter Ego form, choose Exhaust Carol Danvers to remove Family Emergency from the game. So yeah, I think we'll do that. Flip card, Exhaust Carol Danvers to remove Family Emergency from the game. And there we go. That will end Klaw's turn. Advance back over to Captain Marvel. Well, by flipping down, that allowed us to choose a player and draw 1 card for her ability. So let's draw one card. It is Get Ready. That could come in handy. Surely could. So I think we'll make the call, and we'll use Cosmic Flight and 3 resources to go find Nick Fury again. We like him. Mr. Nick Fury is coming into play. And we'll discard all of these. He allows us to draw 3 cards. So we got 1, Avengers Mansion, 2, another Make the Call, 3, Crisis Interdiction. Huh. Let me take a look. We have another Make the Call. Let's see who we have in our discard pile now. Look at all cards, and we have a Maria Hill in the discard pile. I like that. So let's go get Maria Hill. We use Make the Call, Crisis Interdiction. Yeah, Crisis Interdiction and Avengers Mansion to go find Maria Hill. There she is. We'll bring her out. Discard these. After Maria Hill enters play, each player draws a card. Photonic Blast. Maria Hill can exhaust, do 1 damage to herself to remove 1 threat, or remove that tough card from the Armored Guard. Nick Fury can attack the Armored Guard for 2, giving himself 1 consequential damage. We can Get Ready, Nick Fury, and exhaust him again to knock out the Armored Guard. Next we will... Oh, let's see. None of these were hero actions, right? So I'm still in Ultra Ego form. Flip to my hero form. Yeah, that's a good Precon deck. There's some... this is Captain Marvel. I mean, really all of these core heroes can stand up alongside just about any of the other heroes that have come out so far. I think. I mean, it's really nice the way they were able to balance cards from the beginning all the way up until now. There's naturally always going to be power creep in a game, right? But I still like playing with the core box, folks. So let's do the Photonic Blast. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. We're going to use that energy absorption to do it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off of Klaw. That allows us to draw a card. We got Mockingbird. We're going to hang on to her going into the next round. So we will put that energy channel though on the table where we can spend X number of energy resources to get extra attack, which I think we're going to need. All right. So hang on to Mockingbird. I didn't have anything to heal her with. That's fine. That's advanced phase. Oh, and we still got that coordinated attack on the table, so that underground distribution is going to pop. Because Klaw gets an acceleration icon. And not much I'm going to worry about. I think we did good. All right, so we'll advance the phase. Ready everything. We got the Triskelion, Tenacity, Emergency, Inspired, and Mockingbird. Placing 2 threat onto underground distribution, which is going to cause it to go off. It advances to the next scheme, which is a secret rendezvous. Discard cards from top of the encounter deck until a minion's discarded. Put that minion into play. Engage with the first player. Advance to stage 2B. So here we go. Discarding. Is there any more Daniels in there? I don't think so. But there are armored guards in there. Plenty of those. So armored card is put into play. Flipping secret rendezvous, and this says simply if the stage is completed, the players lose the game. So if we get up to 8 threat on the main scheme, we're done. And now we draw those boost cards. We're going to block with Nick Fury. So Klaw attacks 4. Ooh, the encounter deck's empty. So we got to add another. We got to add acceleration token onto the main scheme. I didn't mean to deal an extra card to myself, so let me put that back up on top of the. That's going to be the encounter card, but we'll go ahead and just set that up on top of the deck right now. All right. So here's the attack onto Nick Fury. 0 and 0, both of the assault cards. Not sad to see those go. But it is enough to knock out Nick Fury because he's only got 3 health. Or he only has 1 health left. So discard Nick Fury. Again, let's look and see what we got in our hand. Good. Armored Guard is going to attack Captain Marvel for 1. And then here is from every direction. When revealed, place 1 threat on the main scheme for each enemy in play. Well, we got 2 enemies in play, so 2 more threat goes on to the main scheme. Wow, that coordinated effort is really racking up the threat for us. All right, so we got Maria Hill. We have Inspired. We got Mockingbird. We can stun Klaw. Skillion's probably not very valuable to us right now, so let us, although does have that, we're going to heal for 1 and draw a card using the Triskelion. Heal for 1, draw a card. Yeah, lots of threat at the beginning of the villain phase, possibly. We got to get rid of this armored guard. If we play Inspired onto Mockingbird, I don't know. I think we'll use the. Okay. Got Energy Channel. We can really start to ramp that up now. If we could just survive 1 more turn, I think we'll be all right. So, famous last words, always. But we do have a Genius card, and we've got Inspired, both of which will allow us to put out Mockingbird. That will stun Mr. Klaw. Discard. Mockingbird is going to attack the Armored Guard, removing his Tough card. Captain Marvel will do 2 damage to the Armored Guard. And add 1 consequential damage to Mockingbird. Maria Hill is going to finish off the Armored Guard, which also finishes her off as well. So discard Maria Hill, discard the Armored Guard, and then these 2 energy resources will put 2 counters on that energy channel. And hopefully we won't draw a card that will cause us to discard the energy channel. We'll just hang on to that energy channel for now. Or should we use it? No, we're not going to use it. We're just going to let it sit. We use Tenacity and Emergency to put those 2 tokens onto Energy Channel. Let's turn things back over to Mr. Klaw. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 threat. This is about time for an advance. He is stunned, so he's not going to attack. What have we got in our hand? We got Photonic Blast. We got 2 Photonic Blasts. And a Haymaker. And we got energy channels. Okay, Klaw. Deal your encounter card. And it is the Immortal Klaw! Oh, another acceleration icon on the board. The Immortal Klaw comes out. Ugh. Nasty. Okay. Hey now. You know where till the fat lady sings. Um. All right, Steve. Here we go. Immortal Klaw's got to go. I add 10 health to Klaw, bringing him back up to 23. Yeah, that Immortal Klaw was something. So now we got to deal with threat instead of attacking. So Mockingbird is going to. I can inspire her, but I don't think it's going to do much good to inspire her right now. I think the better thing is to get rid of this Immortal Klaw. So Mockingbird, of course, is going to remove one threat. Captain Marvel is going to remove 2 threat. Immortal Klaw's gone. Drop his health by 10. Can we still do enough damage? We can't. But we can draw a card if we play. Let's see, we could get ready with Mockingbird. That would allow us to remove a threat, but she really probably needs to absorb the damage. Remove threat or you lose. So there's acceleration icon. Yeah, I gotta definitely remove threat. Thank you. Now, yeah, I should have inspired her, right? Because she could have removed. It doesn't really matter. Let's get ready, Mockingbird. We will heal ourselves for 1. How about that? And draw a card. Heal ourselves for 1 and draw a card. Captain Marvel's helmet. Captain Marvel gets +1 defense. Not really what I was after, but we do have that photonic blast. So Mockingbird is going to remove 1 threat from Secret Rendezvous. So now on the next turn, it's going to go 1, 2, 3 because of that coordinated effort. So that'll put it up to 7. Mockingbird is discarded. And we'll spend 3 to do 5 damage to Klaw. Gets him a little bit closer. And then with these 2, I could do 4 damage, but we'll hang on to that for now. Okay. Let's go into potentially what will be his final stand. Okay, so we got another energy channel. We got lead from the front. Crisis. We got lots and lots of energy resources. So good chance that we can survive, as long as nothing crazy happens here. So we had 3 threat to the secret rendezvous. Klaw's going to attack us. We're at 7 health. So he attacks us for 1 plus 2 plus 0. There's that advance. All right. So we'll discard these boost cards. Boy, that was close. Good thing he draws 2. And let's see what this nasty encounter card is no doubt going to be. And it is an illegal arms factory. I've never been so happy to see an illegal arms factory in my whole life. But there's that. There we go. So on my turn, I'm just going to add 2 energies to add 2 to the energy channel. Boom shakalaka, and Klaw is defeated. Oh, I didn't take my damage, right? Okay. I should have taken my damage. I don't remember what it was anymore, but it was not 7. Right? So it's 1, 2, 3. Thanks for that reminder. So Captain Marvel survives barely. Barely. The secret rendezvous nearly went off. That coordinated effort, good card. I wasn't sure about that one, but yeah, that was a good game. So thanks for watching, Steve, and for anybody who watches down the road, appreciate you dropping in and checking out Precon Alley. This is where I am going to be taking Precon decks up against all of the villains one by one as they were released and as they can be found on Hall of Heroes. We're going to mix up the modular sets, though, so those villains could end up with something really good or could end up with something really bad, or you could end up with Daniel as a minion in the deck. So, all right, thanks everyone for watching. I am the Board Game Lawyer. You can catch me on YouTube. You can catch me on Twitch. You can send me an email at boardgamelawyer@gmail.com. Have a good evening, everyone, and hope to join you. Hope to bring you another video again very soon.